strong format again. This foreground pulls you right on in. This little bit of highlight, that diagonal, pulls you right on into finding these other greens up into those trees. Nice sense of distance, but this foreground is just stunning. Horizontal format, which is a difficult thing to approach, but then you have these figures that pull you right into the image. And the placement of these figures I find really intriguing, because usually that left corner is your weakest, and to put figures there, it's not always the best approach, but this one it works, and it is very brave, and so well done, executed on that. There's a lot of power going on in this piece. You have these rows that pull you up and down and over, and the complementary colors that are happening right next to each other, the orange against the purples, and these yellows against these purples, blues and oranges and greens. It just pulls me in and around. These shapes are all, again, a sense of strength. So this right here has that strong overall compelling image. Look at the diagonals that are happening within this piece. That is one of the strongest things that you can add energy, is with the diagonal, yet there's a softness, there's a quietness. So this has a little bit of a dynamics of quietness, yet energy. And the rocks, the way these rocks are handled, are so nicely done. Rocks are hard, but these are so well done. And then just again, some of those warms and cools that are happening throughout here. Just a beautiful piece. Such a strong image. This dark, but then you have these highlights, and you have these diagonals moving here, going across everywhere. There's such dynamics happening right there. The coolness of the overall palette is then accented by just a few spots of these warms. So just a great combination of all that work. Subtle and elegant. Those are two perfect words to describe the work here. The reflections that are going on just give it that sense of depth. You have a little few bits of horizontals that then just lay that right down. Color, edge work, all just fine work. Hi, I'm Shawn Cornell. I'm this year's judge for the pastel group. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to do this. I appreciate that. And we have some amazing pieces here. I'm just going to talk briefly about a few of them. If you look over originally up here at the crow and the balls, it's a beautiful piece that shows a lot of interaction of what crows do, which is find interest in little sparkly things. Plus, you have a bunch of sparkle within the image itself. Really unique approach. Below that, we have a woman facing us with such a beautifully well-rendered face. Just wonderful. Next to it, we have some pastel landscapes, and there's one that has this very strong purple diagonal. And it's just such a strong compositional approach to that. Next, we have a few that have figures in them, which is such a difficult thing to do. This one in particular has figures thrown down into the lower left-hand corner, which is the weakest part of a design, but in this one, it makes it the strongest part of the design. So really forcing that composition. Really strong format here as far as this foreground approach going on. Nice lead in, lots of strong detail, pulls you right into the image. And some subtle, elegant pieces through here. The edge work is just amazing on all three of these, and the reflection that goes down on this one is just fabulous. Quite a variety through here. Love the sense of animation that goes on anytime you have a living object into something. That adds a sense of animation and life into the piece. Beautiful renderings of some animals. The cat, who doesn't like cats? I love cats. But this one down here with the trout, contrast, cool, little bits of warm, just a strong piece, really strong piece. Up through here, we got some sheep that it's almost like you're walking down the road, and all of a sudden they're like looking up and seeing you. Love that composition. The dappled light on this one is so difficult to do, just a fabulous piece. More sense of animation. We have the fountain down here, over that there, I guess that is a fountain. But down here, that water dribbling, coming on down. Anytime that little bits of movement, it just adds to the overall piece. Strong, centralized floral pieces. I love floral, and these right here give a nice sense of depth to them, and it definitely gives an impact. Love the title of this one. The mind is a source of happiness. So true, so true. Strong piece down here. Pulls you in. I love how these diagonals start pulling into all the roundness around here. Lots of complementary colors going on, which just increase that sense of boldness. The canned jars of jalapenos, beautiful renderings of that. And again, the warm and cool colors that are happening within and a square format, which is always tough to do. Beautiful works. This one, strong composition, diagonal. Rocks, no pun intended, but they are hard. And this is well rendered. Love the bits of purple and the pinks that are going on in here. So well done. Throughout these, this one, there is a quietness to this. Anytime you have a horizontal plane, there's a quietness to it. And the simplicity of this whole approach, I was really attracted to this as well. So, bravo to everybody. Thank you again. It's my honor to be here.